How many giant meteors to the face is it gonna get to kill you off? Apparently 2. Greeting interwebs and grandchildren, this is Jackit, and welcome to another edition of Let's Play Golden Sun: The Lost Age. Last time in our adventures, we did a bit more in the Mars Lighthouse, and got the ability to teleport just about anywhere. And on top of that, we got the best weapon of the game, the Soul Blade. Without further delay, let's teleport to our next destination. Teleport away! Totally not in any particular strain or anger because I've recorded this several times. Nope. And I'm not gonna complain because with all my practice, I have made going through this dungeon easier. Teleport does not work here, silly you. Jeez, my brain must be going numb. I can't use Shabia's sexy pirate powers. It must be going to my head. Anyways, you remember sand, right? Sand waterfall, we can't climb up it, right? Wrong! We have the ability to climb all sand. Isn't that right, Felix? So if we climb up here, we can actually access a new area. And it's one of the 2 optional dungeons I want to show for beating the game. So let's... Funny. That is exactly how the last recording of this episode went. Right before going into the dungeon, that monster came up. And when I cast a void and went into the dungeon, it did not help. So screw casting a void! Okay, I actually want to cast a void. Even if it doesn't stop all random encounters, any little bit helps, right? And in case you forgot, there's some water and life in here. I picked it up already because I thought we could go in here because I always remember going to this dungeon. Nevertheless, we can do it now. So teleport away, Sir Dies-a-Lot! Aha! Nothing can stop me now from progressing through your glorious gaming obstacles. Except your gaming obstacle. Hopefully we can breeze right through here this time though. Like for one, I'm not gonna keep trying to pound this because I know explosions are the answer. Why would I ever think that explosions are not the answer? I have no idea. Must be going crazy. Wouldn't be surprised with how mad this place has driven me. That was beautiful. I'll just point it out that that was beautiful. That was pretty beautiful too. It's kind of weird. Why would being crushed by rocks put you to sleep? It's a mystery that must be explored, good viewers. Post your conspiracy theories in the comments below. Also, as a reminder down memory lane, I actually forgot already. So much for memory lane. Fire ablaze will melt the night, or do not melt the night and get hit by the night instead. Back in this room, let's not fail to do it this time. Let's try going left first, shall we? Left is pointless, but now I know why we need to go left. Also, there's a particular thing in the sand in the lower corner. I wonder what it's for. Giant meteor to the face! Except it's a medium-sized meteor, not a giant size. I'm gonna keep getting that mixed up. So I guess I might as well just call it a giant meteor. Now let me think before I act. This was blocking me from going there before. So I don't want to go down this door, I want to go up. So I can push this, and cast sand, and move on with my life. Not get stumped in the first room of the dungeon. Doesn't even matter if it's not the first room of the dungeon. It is freaking close enough to the first room of the dungeon. I guess I'll tell a little story. You know how that's gonna go though. But let me just cast sand and move on here. I'm so scared that I'm just gonna have random battle after random battle interrupt me if I try to tell my story. Dragon versus dragon! Who shall be the victorious one? I got my money on the girl who's awesome! Well, I guess I could try casting one Avoid and see how much of my story I can get out. Once upon a time. This is always the first dungeon I go to first, because I found the boss easy, but the random battles are becoming more frequent than I remember. And then everyone died. The end. While we're fighting dragons, I think it's worth noting that I don't recall running into these things before. Which is weird, because for some reason I thought they were an enemy that we did run into before. Which is odd, because we already started the last dungeon of the game, at least the main one. So where the heck do these enemies come from? It must just be my imagination. And yes, giant meteor to the face to the dragon. How many giant meteors to the face is it gonna get to kill you off? Apparently 2. Apparently dragons can take 2 giant meteors to the face. And a giant blaze abyss. Except even that's not enough. And apparently Garrett got a level up from that fight, but I care less about Garrett than I do about Sir Dice-a-Lot, so let's move on. This is a particular puzzle. So let's figure out how we're gonna solve it. If I recall, you just push things along. Then you use sand so you can get to the other side of the platform and do more pushing. Then you want to push this out of the way. I swear I did it slower than I did before. But oh well, a solution is a solution, even if it's not the most perfect solution. Just like I thought, that's not really clear. Actually a little clear. My apologies for being incompetent with pushing pillars. It's not like these things are really meant to be pushed around, they should be like supporting buildings or something. Oh well, I'll take what I can get though. Now let's see if I can remember what we do next without becoming a complete baboon about it. I at least remember to explode, cried pillars. You know, I believe that there was a desert. Actually, that random bison reminded me, it wasn't a desert. It was a settlement. It was a thing that a void does not do effectively enough. But we used pound there for pillars, so I guess that's where my confusion came from. You know, just because we unlocked it, I'll check it out. I am pretty sure that it just takes us a loop around. Yeah, it just loops us around, which means I need to do something else. 1 second while I brainstorm. Well, I could brainstorm, but that would take too long. So we couldn't go that way. And we've been that way. So I'm just gonna go around the way I came again. I'm sure it's pointless, but I'm pretty sure it's like a path that I didn't take. And we got some items the path we did take, so it's not completely worthless going around in a circle. Alright, let's check out my other options. That's not an option because it's blocked off. This down there is an option that I already know exists and is pointless. This may be the way that I came before, but there's gotta be something I have yet to explore. Anything around here? Not quite sure, to be perfectly frank. Actually, I don't think I've been down this stairway before. Yep, that was indeed what I had to do next. Which is weird, because I swear I've crossed that option before. What? Game? Okay, yeah. I pushed the log already. I did that sand section. But that was still weird what I did with the game. No wonder I couldn't get by the rocks. It was like I was on the completely opposite plane. Oh, I need that over there. So this is not where we're supposed to go? what is it with me and this game, and glitches, and I guess glitches in general? I just could not seem to crack this nut. It's so simple, because it fits on one page in a strategy guide, yet okay. Yes. I can't believe I'm getting this excited, but I know I'm actually going in a new direction now, because I remember this silver. It's a new forging item, but more importantly, I remembered the area that I got stumped in before had that forgeable item. So this means I am going the right way. Well, it's starting to become clear I need a bit of a rest, like backtrack to where I first began, take a breather, figure out what I gotta actually do. So I'll go do that at my own time, and in the next episode of Let's Play Golden Sun: The Lost Age, we will actually get through the rest of this desert dungeon, with the hopes of not being completely lost. Until then though, see you all later.